To California Republican Congressman Darrell Issa, who questioned the Attorney General himself today. Good afternoon to you, Congressman. We saw some frustrated colleagues of yours really fighting to get some answers from the Attorney General. What was your question to her today?
My question was, what do the 47,000 Marines of Camp Pendleton, the contractors for the Navy, many of our people dealing with classified information throughout San Diego, we're one of the great defense cities, what do they take from the fact that thousands of documents, hundreds of them, 100 or more, marked classified or secret or top secret, were pushed back and forth? How do they interpret the ability to handle documents now? Are there new rules? That was one question. The other question
and what was it? But by the way, Congressman, what was her answer to that?
Well, you know, Sandra, she had a very interesting answer. She says everything's fact-specific. Every case is different. Again, this is the only case this will ever look like this, where this kind of malice and forethought, planning to circumvent the law, leading to these documents being wrongfully sent over lots of unclassified networks, Hillary's to other people's and back. That will be a question of, will it ever happen again? And I hope not. I believe not. I think this was a political decision. The other part was much more troubling. I asked a number of times the Attorney General, who I generally work with well and respect, I asked her if there were any political appointees on this group that made the decision, and she misled the American people in how she answered. Yes, there were political appointees. We verified it, but she characterized that everybody was a career professional. That wasn't the question. The question is, were people appointed by the president and others there that serve at the pleasure, political pressure possible of President Obama? And the answer was yes, but that's not what she said.
Yeah, and her answer specifically there, she said all of them were career lawyers, seasoned investigators. Congressman, about that private meeting aboard her plane with the former President Bill Clinton during this ongoing investigation, this was obviously a hot topic. There were some heated moments there today. What did you make of her response to that? She insisted the discussion was social, not about the investigation. Did she go much further than that?
No, she didn't. And, you know, if it was social and there were half a dozen U.S. Marshals and Secret Service in the room listening to it, it would be more believable than when it was a meeting in which apparently there were just the two of them behind closed doors. I might point something out that has nothing to do with today, but has everything to do with tomorrow. There's an ongoing investigation of the Clinton Foundation and of the cash that flowed in from sources in Russia and around the world. That ongoing investigation includes the President of the United States and how he would essentially recruit this money, and Hillary Clinton would do things that were beneficial to these companies, these countries in some case. That is still ongoing, and so that may be as troubling as why was he on the airplane when in fact he may have been guilty of wrongdoing himself in another investigation going on that the FBI director has not been willing to talk about.
Your colleague, Congressman Goodlatte, walked away saying he was left with more questions than he was answers after today. Is there anything that did come out of this that will help you further in your inquiry over what exactly happened with that private server?
I believe that what we got today was an opportunity for the American people to understand that answers aren't coming from this administration, and they're not taking responsibility for the double standard. You know, there's an election coming. The American people will have to decide whether or not they can trust Hillary Clinton with the level of responsibility that includes lives of men and women all over the world. So that's probably the only place you're going to get justice. Or are you going to get a third Obama term that includes, and you saw this asked near the end of the hearing, is Loretta Lynch willing to serve another term under Hillary Clinton? And she would not say no.
All right, well, it was interesting. Got heated at times, and certainly appreciate your questions there, sir. Congressman Darrell Issa, thank you.
Thank you very much.